All right, y'all. So maybe you've just wrapped your session. Maybe you swung some kettlebells, some mace, some heavy club, moved around your body in some way, shape, or form, and it's time to cool down. I'm going to lead you through a nice little cool down stretch here. But before that, I just want you to breathe. Focus on prioritizing that breath. Take nice big deep inhales and nice long exhales. Let that air flow through the body. Let that oxygen get into the muscles that need it. And as we progress through this cool down stretch, I just want you to pay special attention to that breathing. Prioritize that air. Remind yourself to take nice big deep inhales and nice long exhales. Now, as you continue that conscious breath, as you continue to prioritize that breathing, let's start to stretch a little bit. You can take this seated, you can take this standing. I'm going to go standing personally. I'm going to take my arm, doesn't matter which, I'm going to pull it across my body, I'm going to pull tight. I'm going to try and get my arm above my elbow if possible, and I'm going to push my shoulder blade down. I also like to try and turn my hand up to the sky a little bit, and I just want you to breathe. Good. Cool, I'm going to switch sides. Same thing. We're going to grab that arm, we're going to pull it nice and tight, we're going to push that shoulder blade down, we're going to turn that palm up to the sky, and we're going to breathe. Nice big deep inhales, nice long exhales. Cool. We're going to take that arm now, we're going to push it up and over. I'm going to put my hand on my elbow and give it a little bit of love. Trying to get it back there. I'm going to try and tuck my ribs to find a little bit more of a stretch. And again, pull my shoulder blade down. But once again, let's focus on that breath. Nice big deep inhales. Nice long exhales. Cool, let's switch sides. I like to bring it down and reset on the other side. Again, giving it a little bit of love. Wherever that looks like for you, of course, it's going to look different for everybody. But again, let's remember to push that shoulder blade down. Give it a little bit of love. Maybe you're here, that's okay. Maybe you're back here. Maybe you're using your head for extra leverage. All good as long as you tuck those ribs and remember to breathe. All right, fantastic. Next up, we're going to lace our fingers together. I might go out of frame here, so I'm going to kneel down. You don't have to. I'm going to lift my hands up and over my head. And again, I'm going to push my shoulder blades down into my back pockets as I continue to try and pull those shoulders. Of course, I'm going to try and tuck my ribs to find more. Prioritize that breath. Cool, y'all. All right, very similar one. Now we're going to go behind the back, though. So I'm going to lace my fingers, lift my arms up as high as I can. A lot of you are going to be like, here. That's okay. Remember to tuck your ribs, find that tension in your shoulders. Some of you might be up here. In this case, don't tuck your ribs too much, right? Remember to try and press them up so you can find that stretch across the shoulders, across the chest. That's the goal. And of course, prioritize that breath. Cool, let's release that. All right, we're going to move into the hands a little bit here. I'm going to go with my palm facing forward, my fingers to the sky. I'm going to hook with 2 fingers above the knuckle, 2 below, so I'm not like cranking my fingers. From here, I'm going to drive the heel of my hand forward and pull the upper hand back, elbow straight. And again, breathe. Cool, I'm going to take that hand, I'm going to flip it upside down, same thing. I'm going to hook, I'm going to pull, I'm going to drive the heel of the hand forward. Keep that elbow straight. Cool, we'll flip the hand around now. Again, palm facing us, hooking, pulling. Cool, we'll switch sides. Again, fingers to the sky, palm forward, we'll hook, we'll pull. Really own that air, drive the heel of that hand. Good, let's rotate that. Hooking, pulling. Especially if you're working kettlebell mace clubs, those are all very grip intensive tools. Great idea to decompress those hands, stretch those forearms out a little bit. Cool, flip the hand. Cool, we're gonna go into the lower body now. You are gonna need to join me in this lunge position. Maybe you wanna add a pillow or something to the ground because we are gonna be kneeling for a second here. I'm gonna adjust my camera so I don't have to move myself too much. And let's take a look at this. So I'm going to set up in a lunge position. I don't care which leg is back or which one is forward. You can have your toes planted or your top of your foot. I'm not a huge stickler on that. But first thing I'm gonna do is push my hips. Well, first I'm gonna make sure I'm stacked, right? Good stacked position. Front knee over front heel, back hip over back knee. This is my base position, so now I can stretch from it. I'm gonna push my hips forward, tilt my heart back, find some tension through here. Maybe you wanna push the hips, maybe you wanna go hand on heart, but remember to breathe. Some people go hands overhead too. I like hand on heart. Cool, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our hands and on that lead leg, we're gonna put it on the outside of it. So like kind of slap yourself on the butt or whatever, however you wanna think about it. Other hand goes on the outside of your knee. That is gonna be for a little bit of leverage. I'm going to rotate my ribs that way and press with my arms to find a little extra stretch, like so. Well, did you hear my back crack? It felt so good. But again, focus on the breath, press the tension. Let me show you from the front here. So again, hands are on the outside of the thigh. I'm going to use for leverage and rotation. Again, focus on breathing. Cool, we're gonna take it back to neutral. The next thing we're gonna do is take the arm up and over. Now what I'm gonna do here with this opposite arm, so the front leg arm is gonna slot inside of the front leg. This arm is gonna reach up and over, and I don't want it in front of me, I want it directly over top of me if possible. I might just be able to get here, but that's what this is for, because now I'm gonna push into that and open myself up further. I love this one. Let me show you from the side. So again, back arm is coming up and over, front arm is using leverage, opening up. And breathing, of course. Especially if you had a lot of swings in your practice, steel mace swings, 360s, 10-2s, or club swings like gamma casts, or any kind of cast really, probably feeling it through here. That's a great one for that. But next up, again, I'm gonna make sure my hips are stacked how I want them. My back knee is directly underneath the hip. That front knee is over the heel. I'm gonna try and keep my hips nice and high. What I'm gonna do is drop my chest down to the ground. Now I should feel a good amount of stretch and tension through my lead leg's hamstring and glute. Maybe you're gonna get here. Maybe you're gonna be able to get further, who knows? But one thing I wanna try and prevent myself from doing is sitting back too much. I wanna try and sit tall and let my ribs drop. And again, breathe. All right, fantastic. Returning back up. I'm gonna sit back now. So finding the glute to the ground. I'm just gonna have this other leg tucked. My lead leg, I'm gonna extend forward. I'm just gonna reach for those toes, or of course front fold as deep as you can. I like to hook my ankle, I'll be honest, and pull a little to give a little bit more. But of course, let's remember to breathe. You also might want to try and relax your thighs. Some people like tense it here. Relax it. Dope. All right, cool. Now we're going to do all the same thing, but with the other leg in front. So for me, that was my right leg forward. Now I'm going to put my left leg forward. First thing we did, of course, we stacked all of our stuff. We got our hip over our back knee, our front knee over our ankle or heel, however you want to phrase it. And then from there, that allowed us to push hips forward, tilt heart back, and breathe, finding that stretch. Cool, y'all, bringing it back to neutral. I'm gonna take those hands, I'm gonna place them on the outside of the lead leg. I'm gonna look over there, I'm gonna twist the body that way. Not as big of a crack on this side. Darn. But again, breathing, focused on that air, owning your line. Cool, bringing it back to neutral, again, opposite arm. So back side arm is gonna come up and over. Front leg arm is gonna slide in and give us a little bit of extra leverage. I love this one so much. Cool, bringing it back home. Let's recheck those hips, make sure they didn't shift or drop. It happens. Again, we're gonna take the ribs, we're gonna let them sink down. We're gonna try and keep those hips high, search for that tension. I also like to try and push this lead leg out a little bit to find more tension, just as a pro tip for you. And breathe. Cool, y'all. All right, we're gonna sit back again. We're gonna tuck that back leg in, extend that lead leg out. We'll go searching for those toes and maybe give ourselves a pull. Remember to breathe. Cool, bringing it back up. Can you tell I have a lot of students that hold their breath for some reason when they stretch? Anyways, let's find a tabletop position now. We'll move through a little bit. So I'm finding that tabletop. First thing I'm gonna do is press my belly button to the ground. I'm going to flex my feet and look up to the sky. Cool, now I'm gonna tuck my chin, pulling my ribs up, belly button through my spine, tucking my hips, flexing my toes. Super basic, simple version of a cat-cow. If you know a more advanced, better version, please feel free to use it. If you're brand new, hey, this works, y'all. Make sure to drive, and then make sure to, drive through your hands to find that tension. Let's go one more up. Use your breath. And one more down. Tuck that chin. Belly button to spine. Tuck the hips. Cool. I didn't move the feet there, but that's all right. Part of the game. All right, let's lay flat. And let's extend the upper body. Maybe you're going to end up here. This is fine. I want the elbows underneath the ribs. Can you even see me on the camera here? Let me shift. I want my elbows right underneath my shoulders. If I move up to my hands, same idea. Trying to find a straight line if possible. And look up. Cool. And last but not least, let's just sit back onto those heels. I like to walk my hands out a little bit further and then try and push my chest to the ground, finding a little bit of extra stretch through my shoulders. Maybe you want to stack your hips over your knees, find that same walk, and then press your chest down if you have a little bit more mobility through that area. Personally, right now, I just want to sit back and press in. Cool, y'all. Sit it back up. Very good. So, that is a very basic cool down stretch that I like to utilize for myself and my flomies at Warrior Flow Fitness, as well as kind of anywhere else I coach. I love it for Mace, I love it for Kettlebell, I love it for body weight, I love it for heavy club, I love it for pretty much just about anything. A lot of it I picked up through a lot of different places, but most of it comes from playing sports throughout my life, primarily high school football with all that lower body stuff. I love that stuff. But that's what I have for you. I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Hope things are settled in a little bit. And hey, I'll catch you again. Thank you so much for moving and grooving with me. Hope you're feeling good. I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love.